Looking back on my old Let's Play of Red Dead 2 on my old channel that's basically been kind of swiped into oblivion. Like, you can't even find it if you look it up anymore. But anyways, um, looking back on Red Dead 2, it's gotta be one of the best experiences I've ever had in a game. I went in not knowing what was going on, went in completely blind, unspoiled, and then eventually stuff happened, and for those of you who watched, then you'll know what happened. And for those of you who don't know anything about Red Dead 2, massive spoiler ahead. When Arthur Morgan died, that gave me grief that a video game has never given me before. Like, no video games have given me true grief like that. Playing Red Dead, you get emotionally invested in the characters, and that's just like great writing on Rockstar's behalf. Like, it gives you a character, it gives you a ton of backstory, it makes you just completely fall in love with the writing for the character, and then it takes it all away. But the game overall, despite the depressing end, is amazing. It's the most fun I've had, the most fun experience I've ever had on YouTube, and when I first started playing it, I honestly didn't think I would make it into like this big actual Let's Play, a little like walk along through the entire game, but I eventually decided to, and thus began that new chapter in my life. Went on for like about a year, then I ended up finishing it. I finished the game with a new look on everything. And I know, like, some of you are probably thinking, it's just a game, calm down. You played a game, you liked it, that should be the end of it. Well, it's not. I've gone through the Red Dead fandom, and the same goes for a ton of people, even older than me. And, like, the game, like, starting off at the beginning, you get the opening scenes where they're going through the snow, they're on the run from the law, and then you get the introduction to the main character. Then you get introduced to the background characters, and then soon after, the antagonist, Micah Bell. The character that you knew was trouble from the start. I knew Micah was bad from the very beginning when I first met him. And, like, one little symbolism in the game is that, like, it's the hats. Usually hats in Western movies represent what side the characters are on. Like, the white hats represent law and order and good. And then the black hats represent unlawfulness, evil. The gang is all wearing those black hats. Micah Bell is wearing the white hat, thus probably signaling from the very beginning his eventual betrayal. That's just amazing to me how, like, I like to think that they planned it out from the beginning. Then there's the amount of detail to the game. Like, one time, I went riding in Ambrino. Okay. One time I went riding in the snowlands, and I saw a bear fending off a wolf, and another time I was riding slowly through the plains, and then I saw like an eagle swoop down and pick off a fish. The amount of details in such a game, like the game, no wonder it took me an entire day to download when I downloaded it. It's deserving of its title of one of the best games. Well, of course, that was back when Rockstar was still competent, when they had at least one of their main guys left in them. So, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, Epilogue, all of it, it ropes you in from the very beginning and has some... Sure, it has some slow-paced, boring missions, but that just adds to the charm. You kind of need a little bit of medium between, like, absolute chaos and, like, the peacefulness. Like, the hunting missions where you go hunting, and the missions where like you don't have any gunfighting. There's very few of those, but it really kind of builds the world. I love Red Dead 2. It really kind of changed me around. Like, and when I saw Dutch's betrayal, that's when I knew the whole thing of the game was over. I've not yet played Red Dead 1, and I kind of look forward to. So, next on the agenda is definitely going to have to be Red Dead Redemption 1, where we find out what happens from when the stories of Red Dead 2's let off. And it seems that in Red Dead 2 we get left off with John and his family with people stalking him. Maybe Red Dead 1 delves deeper into that. Maybe Red Dead 1 is a prologue to Red Dead 2. Could very well. Like, maybe Red Dead 1 is what happens before. But regardless, like, no matter what, I'm excited to see where life goes with whatever goes on. Anyway, that's all for this video. Joker out.